Good afternoon. I hope you all had a very good lunch. When we talk about chief ministers, we have a particular perception about chief ministers, especially from the big states of India. But when it comes to Northeastern chief ministers, they not only look different, they behave very differently. Because I remember when I first met Conrad Sangma, Meghalaya chief minister, who is a guest in this session, he was wearing a sling bag, a denim pant, and a t-shirt. So it was quite a pleasant surprise to find a politician like that, and he profusely apologized to me for around 10 minutes because he was late. With that note, that personal note, I would like to welcome Conrad Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, to the stage. There is a reason why I mentioned about that personal appearance. Because Mr. Sangma, these days questions have been raised about your body language. People are very unhappy with your body language. You are very submissive, I'm told. We are told, rather. And especially in front of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What's the issue?
I think it depends on how one looks at it. But of course, the respect is always there. I've always very strongly believed that there is a special focus on the Northeast in the last many years, especially in the NDA government. So I personally feel that the kind of interest, focus, and the investments that have been made in the last many years has not been done in the past. And so therefore, I do look at it and see a sense of respect in the whole process. If you would like to see it as being submissive, that's a different issue. But I look at it more as respect.
I don't see it that way. TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee said that in Meghalaya. How do you react to that?
I've always maintained, even yesterday, in fact, before I came here, I had a cabinet meeting and some people asked me about some comments made by certain leaders. And I told them that if you are looking for comments for me, then please ask somebody else. I'm here to do work, and I really don't, really bother too much about comments being made. I think it's important that as a leader also and as an individual, one should be able to come out of the noise in today's world, focus on what's important, focus on the targets that you have, and move forward.
But are you not, many people say that you are very submissive to Prime Minister Modi and also to the Assam CM, because many say that your political career is dependent on BJP. How do you react to that? And this is a criticism by many opposition leaders.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm open to any kind of criticism that anybody may have. Number one, I think it's very clear, I would like to make it very clear, that our political base and the way the party has been growing in the past many years is something that I'm sure that you are aware of. The National People's Party has been a party which is my party, and I'm a president of that, has been a political party which has started off with just 1-2 MLAs, and today we are a national party. So when it comes to politics and our identity, we have never shied away from standing up for our own cause and our political space. That's number one. Number two, in the context of the politics that happens in our nation, yes, there are friends that you need to make. You have to work with a team. And in this current scenario, we are working with the BJP and the NDA, and there's nothing to hide about that. So therefore, working with them does not mean that we compensate or we in any way compromise, on the identity and on the different kind of values and stands that we may have.
You took a certain stand against CA also, but of course you got Meghalaya exempted from CA. But when it came to recently the transportation of cows, it created a lot of problem in your state, but you couldn't probably resolve it, though you have a very great equation with the Assam CM, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma.
Yeah, so basically there are different issues, and it's not always that we agree on every issue, and that's why we have our own stand and our own political party. When it came to the CAA, it is after the stand that we took along with other regional leaders that the BJP went back to the drawing board, came out with amendments in it, and made adjustments to adjust for many of the states in the Northeast. Similarly, when it came to the issues concerning the transportation of cow, this issue has been there. And even as we speak, our officials and our departments, they are in continuous dialogue to ensure that the smooth transition for the needs and requirements of Meghalaya state are not affected. And the Assam CM has made that also very clear. So is it perfect? Yeah, it's not perfect. But I think what is important is that there is a continuous effort to come out of all the issues that are there and resolve those issues so that we can, we can solve the problems that we face.
So the relationship is not perfect, you are saying, that BJP-NPP relationship?
I think nothing is, as we call it, nothing is stable as we look at it. I think I'm always of the firm belief that in politics, it is the balance that's important. Stability will never be there. So therefore, even in issues and concerns that we have, we will never see 100% eye to eye. So are there complications? Absolutely they are. And do we stand when we have to? We do. But yes, with the option and with the outlook that we should try and resolve as many of the problems as possible. And sometimes we can't. But that's the nature of coalition.
I'm curious about your relationship with BJP because in Meghalaya you are running a government supported by the BJP. You often talk about your excellent relationship with BJP leaders. But in Manipur, you have snapped the tie with the BJP and you actually contested on your own in Manipur. In Arunachal also you are trying to penetrate. Assam also you are trying to penetrate. Of course, you probably see yourself as the pan-Northeast party. But how do you manage these contradictions? I mean, at the same time you are in coalition with the BJP and in places you are contesting against BJP. So how do you manage these contradictions and how BJP reacts to these contradictions?
So basically, you have just clarified everything that you asked me in the past 10 minutes of my relationship with the BJP.
It's a very curious relationship.
Yeah, I think you have clarified the entire scenario for everybody in the question that you asked. And I've been maintaining it from day one, that we are always clear that we will maintain our identity. We will not compromise on the different stands that we have. And that's the reason why I am always very clear that when it comes to contesting elections, we contest on our own, in our own terms, because that's what we go to the people with. That if you vote for the NPP, then this is what we believe. But if they don't give us the mandate, then obviously the political discussions start. And therefore, Manipur is a great example. We were in coalition with them. In the last election in 2017, we fought on our own, in spite of a large, I should say, problems and challenges we faced from the BJP. Similarly, in 2022 also, we went ahead and we decided to contest on our own. And we fought the BJP, and in fact, we came out as the second largest party in Manipur. And we will continue to fight in other states, whether it is in Nagaland, Tripura, Meghalaya, even Arunachal Pradesh. So I'm very clear on that. But then, as I said, when it comes to formation of the government and trying to work towards the people's mandate, we realize that if the numbers are not there, then we need to discuss and find friends and partners with whom we can work. And I've been very clear that we have always, since our late leader, Shri P.S. Sangma's time, we have been working with the NDA, and we continue. But as I said, so therefore, we don't compromise on our identity.